another episode of Tea Party Tuesdays, where it may be a Tuesday, but in my world, it's always a tea party. And please help me welcome our very special guest, Esther Trevino, aka the Gluten Free Nerd. Esther, welcome!
Thank you so much for having me. This is so exciting to be here.
Well, thank you so much for coming, and I have to apologize because Kate Middleton really wanted to be here, but you know, she's a huge Star Wars fan too.
I've heard.
And it's almost Force Friday, and you know, Prince George and Princess Charlotte really wanted a porg, and so she's hardcore. She's actually already in line at the Disney store in the UK waiting to make sure they get porgs. Like, even though you're royalty, you don't get any special favors.
You have to get one, they're so cute.
I know. Now, Esther, you brought some treats today. Normally, I am treating our guests, but you know, I found you because you are gluten-free, you actually have celiac disease, and you brought the treats today. Tell us about what you brought.
I did, thank you so much for letting me bring them. I brought you cupcakes and donuts from one of my favorite bakeries, Sensitive Sweets, and I love them because they're free of gluten and nuts and soy, and they're delicious, and they look so pretty.
I have to tell you, I found out about Sensitive Sweets through your Instagram, and so I've been going there because you really inspired me. That's how I found you. I have to, you know, avoid dairy and egg when I can because it gives me migraine headaches. And so thanks to you, I found this awesome bakery. So I'm so excited to dive in today to these sweets. But tell me, how long have you been dealing with food allergies?
So I've had food allergies my whole life. I found out I had celiac disease 5 years ago, but I carry an EpiPen for peanuts and shellfish, and that's something that I've known since I was a child. And having celiac disease had just made me more aware and just more conscious of making sure I'm reading labels and going over whatever it is that I'm eating so that I don't put myself in a situation where I need to use an EpiPen or feel sick.
Well, Esther, I have to tell you, it's your unbirthday, so I think we need to celebrate and dive into these snacks that you brought.
Great.
Because this cupcake looks delicious. When I first found out that I should avoid dairy and eggs, I was really sad. I was scared. I'm like, am I gonna have to completely, cut out all the things that I love? And I have found so many wonderful substitutes, especially through your account.
I think it's really fun. I actually think the more I talk to kids with food allergies, isn't it so good?
It's so good.
It's kind of like introducing them to food science because they get to experiment in the kitchen with their families and try to figure out different ways, like you said, different things to substitute for the ingredients that you can't have and just find something that still tastes good. These are amazing and they're free of so many of the top allergens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you brought up science. Let's dive into science because you love science. And you're even wearing your Planetary Society pin, right?
I am. I wear it with me everywhere.
What is the Planetary Society?
So the Planetary Society is the largest nonprofit space organization in the world, and currently Bill Nye, the science guy, is our CEO. So I'm sure you're familiar with him because he's so fun. He's like one of my childhood heroes.
Mine too.
He's amazing. But I love being part of the society because it really is a unifying experience to be surrounded by people who just love to share their passion for space and science. And I primarily use food and fashion to talk to kids, to get them excited about those same topics. And I also want to get them excited about careers in that direction.
How do you combine food, fashion, and science? How do you do it? What's your secret?
So I try to come up with really fun recipes that I can share with kids who have food allergies because I think that kids with food allergies hear the word can't a lot, and because I grew up with food allergies, I can relate to that, and I just want them to feel like they can do things. So when I demo a recipe, for example, about Carl Sagan, and I talk about pale blue dot cookies, I just want them to feel like they can be part of this industry and they have so much potential, and I love being able to figure out what it is that they love to do outside of school and find a way to plug space and science. So for example, I had a little girl that I met and she had this adorable floral dress on one day, and she told me that she liked gardening with her mom, and I talked to her about possibly becoming a botanist at NASA.
What I love about what you're doing is you're bringing awareness to, occupations that I didn't even know existed. I didn't even know that NASA had a botanist. Where have you always been into space? Like, has this always been a passion of yours?
Oh yeah, my initials are ET, so my family's teased me my whole life that I'm an alien, even the It's definitely one of my favorite. Even the perfume that I wear is actually called Alien, that my brother gave to me as a joke in high school, and I still wear it to this day just because I just love that.
It's in your blood. It's in your DNA. And now you're writing a book. Tell us about your book.
I'm so excited. I'm going to be having a book coming out. It should be coming out at the end of this year. And my book is basically a combination of my favorite female-male scientists, the planets, and then my favorite topics from the cosmos. And I'm just trying to find a different platform to get kids excited about space and science. And I feel like everybody loves food. Food is so social. It's something that we do every day. And it's a great way to just get kids in the kitchen with their parents and talking about it in a different setting from just a classroom, because I feel like that gets really boring sometimes for kids. And I just want to find a different avenue to still continue to engage them and get them excited. Not only am I going to come back and bake you something, I actually have a present for you today. This is from the solar eclipse this summer, which was such a momentous event. And the artwork that's on it is actually from one of my closest friends. He's like my modern day Carl Sagan. His name is Dr. Tyler Nordgren, and he does the artwork for NASA and the national parks, and it's even been featured in the White House. And this summer, these exact prints came out in Newsweek and in Time magazine. So he was very generous to give me fabric, and I made super cute outfits for the eclipse, but I had some left and I wanted to give you a pillow.
Esther, thank you so much. This is so cool. Well, since it's your birthday, I have a special gift for you as well. We have a special Tea Party Tuesdays gift for you. This is one of our new t-shirts.
Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, no way.
So it's not one of the porgs, but it is an Ewok.
An Ewok. I love Ewoks. Oh my gosh, and green is actually my favorite color, so I love these details.
It's like I totally knew that.
Seriously.
So Esther, here I'm gonna put this down for a second because I have a very important question for you. And if you've watched our tea parties, you've probably already heard the question. But my favorite quote is, "Why sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast." So I want to know, what is one impossible thing you are believing in today?
One impossible thing I'm believing today is that I want to see a kid from my generation be on Mars.
That would be amazing. And do you think this is like far off? Like,
I hope that I would get to see it in my lifetime or maybe in my kids' lifetime. I am a founding member of the Mars Generation, which is another organization that I'm very passionate about, because I really feel like the more we learn about the universe, the more we learn about ourselves. So if I got to see a kid from today grow up and end up being on Mars, that would just be a dream come true for me.
oh my gosh, Esther, you are amazing. You're writing a cookbook. You are dreaming of sending kids to Mars. You love science and math, and you are just an amazing role model for kids today. Cheers to you and all of your success.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for joining my tea party, and stay curious, and I hope you have a very curious day. Cheers.